Joining us now from New York City is Cale Holmes. He's a graduate journalism student at Columbia University. He studied Mandarin in Beijing in 2013. So, Cale, why did you want to study abroad, and why did you choose China?
Well, good to be with you, Elaine. I wanted to study abroad in China because I felt that one of the things that's really important for Americans with the unique relationship we have with China is to understand and more appropriately appreciate China. So I thought the best way to do that was through a Mandarin language immersion program, which I completed in China 3 years ago.
What challenges did you encounter that you didn't expect or anticipate during your time there?
Well, the main challenge when I was in China was the language barrier at first. It was very difficult. I had only studied for about 1 year prior to my trip to China. But because I had a language pledge at the university I was at, which was Duke Study in China, along with the University of International Business and Economics, that language pledge, which forced me to only speak Mandarin with Chinese families and Chinese students every week, every day, that really helped me to overcome that challenge.
So how's your Mandarin now?
It's definitely not as fluent as it was right after my program, but I can definitely get by in China more or less very well.
Cale, what is one experience that you really treasure that made the challenges and maybe even the homesickness worth it to you?
Well, it was very amazing to be in China when I was there because I got to understand this society, which is more influential in the world, which has growing significance in lots of our daily lives. And the one thing that I took away from my trip in China was how complex and unique and ever-evolving China's culture is. It's much more diverse than represented, I feel. And to experience that openness, which is part of China's development, really made the trip worth it for me.
Do you feel your stereotypes or any perceptions you had about China change after your experience there? And what would you say or recommend to someone who's considering studying abroad, whether it's China or anywhere else in the world?
Well, I definitely came away from my time in China much more open-minded and much more willing to understand, much more willing to appreciate the differences of China, its culture, its economy, its societies. I would advise anyone who's interested in going to China or studying abroad anywhere else in the world to always put an emphasis on appreciating the differences and looking for similarities as well, but not being so comparative and sort of kind of appreciating the new circumstances that you will find yourself in China. I mean, I was actually so captivated by my first time there that I went back to China a second time, and when I was there, I was on the train for about 20 hours, and I was compelled to do the same things that I did at my first trip to China, such as like interviewing Chinese passengers on the train about their daily lives and how China's economy and society affects them. So I think I was only compelled to do that because I was really open-minded from the get-go.
All right, Cale Holmes, thank you for sharing your experience. Appreciate it.